Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Please be joined by Aiden Moore of Battle Creek Lakeview Cross Country. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I am doing well. Your cross season is over, but a pretty good one to say the least. And just talk about this past year.
Well, um, from where, we started, a lot has happened. Obviously, I think the last time we spoke, my PR was 1522, I think,
Mm-hmm.
right after uh, my team's invite. And, just a lot has happened. A lot of rewarding things, a lot of not so rewarding things, but a good learning opportunity. And so from then I went to, I don't know what the duration was, but at Seago I PR'd with a 15:10 and then didn't PR again for the rest of the season, which is not the biggest deal, but yeah, I just ran at Midka yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't do as well as I wanted to. I twisted my ankle at the 1K, around the 1K mark, and you know, can't really control that. So, um, but it's okay because I still have one more meet. I'm going to Garmin on December 2nd in where's it at? Alabama. So, one more meet. Hopefully, it's a good redemption. Yeah, just really working on, I guess, rehab right now to get it back, and then hopefully I can start running as soon as possible. So,
Yeah. So other than that, it's just like, just dealing with all the ups and downs of a season. Let me ask you something. How do you like handle those really, really tough moments?
um, well, obviously I have, my feelings. So I kind of just take a minute to deal with my feelings, like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I really try to think about the positive of what came out, or like trying to find the reason of why this happened. And I just take a quote unquote bad experience as a good learning opportunity to grow and figure out why that happened and hopefully it doesn't happen again. So that's how I kind of cope with the, bad, quote unquote, bad experiences.
Yeah. Um, so I've asked everybody that's been in, the state meet and all that at MIS. For you, what's that course like?
Um, I would say relatively, I mean, it looks relatively flat, but if you stand at a certain point from when you like exit the track, it's kind of like an uphill, like the slightest uphill. Um, but obviously, like inside the track, it's pretty flat. And then there's, a few rollers outside the track, and there's that like just before the 2 mile, it's at like the top of that hill. It's like pretty drawn on hill. But it is a good downhill after, so there's a plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's pretty decent course, if you have the
Uh,
right people.
yeah. Okay. So you the thing is, I know you've had a pretty successful high school career, and kind of looking back, I know you got one more to look at it, but what are you gonna most have you had time to reflect on, your school season and all that, and what are you gonna like what are you gonna most remember about your time running at Battle Creek Lakeview?
Um, Probably just, the people I'm really gonna miss. My underclassmen friends and obviously people in my grade because we're all going separate like we're all going our own separate ways, and I think the people is probably going to be the most thing I'm going to miss. But I mean, you always make new memories of where you go next. So, and I'm going to try to keep in contact with everyone um from my high school team, and yeah, it's probably what I'm going to miss the most from, you know, just all throughout high school. And like the people who have graduated, I'm still in contact with them.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
Um, okay. So, you mentioned what's next. So today you told the world what is next.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, like, with the colors you have on today. It's well, in this video. Um, it's compared to where you're going. Of course. Why don't you tell everyone where you're going?
I will be going to Michigan State, and I'm super excited to go there. I'm super happy that um, the coach gave me this opportunity to, pursue my athletic and academic career there for the next 4 to 5 years, and I'm just super stoked on what's gonna happen in college. So
Yeah. Why Michigan State? Why did you decide to go there? And it's also pretty close to home.
yeah, so that was a big factor. Was obviously like choosing a school, in state, close to home. So if anything's wrong, my parents are like, I could go home. And mainly when I showed up on Michigan State for my official visit, it was just like I had this feeling of because my some of my friends go there from they're freshmen there, and some of them go there, and I just had this feeling of like I feel like I belong here. And then when I just met the team, I didn't I liked the whole team really. Like I didn't dislike anyone, and like I kind of knew some of the freshmen, and they made me feel included. Um and I feel like I really just felt at home at state. The coach, he really just was super stoked to have me on campus, and um yeah, it was just a great experience overall, and I picked Michigan State because I just felt at home. So
Yeah. So I know that, yeah, of course you have a track season to get ready for as well.
yeah,
So there's still more to this year. But just I know as we mentioned, you have one more cross race left to go, and then getting ready for track season. Just
yep.
how exciting is getting ready for that, and what events are you going to be in?
Um, Most likely going to be in the 4 by 8 mile, 2 mile. My coach said he wanted to put me in like the 4 by 4 occasionally, um, but because he's like big on winning meets, and he's like, oh yeah, you'll have time to relax because they have the girls 2 mile, and I'm like, okay, but that's like at most maybe like 18 to 20 minutes, like it's not like so. Oh, I know it'll work out, but yeah, mainly those three, but occasionally four. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like after this race in December, what's of course getting ready for track season. Of course, are you gonna go right into track prep, or are you gonna, take some time to yourself, or what's the plan?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take maybe 2.5 weeks off, and just really let my body recover from, I've been running since June, and yeah, probably just I really need to take some time and just focus on myself. 2.5 weeks of like no running, maybe a little bit of walking, maybe some biking, definitely stretching and rolling and mobility. Um, but yeah, then after those 2.5 weeks, I'll probably like start. building it up from probably maybe 40 miles. And, I'll talk with my coach with, which is my dad. So he's my track coach. And he's a distance track coach. And then there's a head track coach, obviously. But yeah, so my dad will be working with me and see how far I can build up the mileage into the summer. So yeah.
All right. Well, Aiden, thanks so much for coming on again, and we will definitely be talking to you pretty soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's fun.